Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Cracktorio. And man, it has been a while. I do apologize. It's been like a week since I released an episode, and since I've even been on the server. And lo and behold, as I enter, we're just getting like wrecked. I've been. I don't really have an excuse. I was gonna like give some excuse. I don't have an excuse except that I've just been working on other Factorio stuff. And just haven't gotten around to it. And obviously, this is a solo episode again. It seems like no one is really on when I record, or I can never group with anybody. Maybe they're avoiding me because I'm like so critical of stuff. I will try to keep my mouth shut most of the time from this point on, unless it's just something like so overwhelming that I just can't be quiet about it. That's like annoying. But yeah. So did this expand again since last time? Oh, either way, we're out of oil. So it may be broken from the changes I made. I know people commented that the changes I made last time are actually going to break it, so that is entirely possible. Oh, or we're just going to have a deadlock, which has nothing to do with what I did. It's just broken. Well, we better go check that out. I wonder how long this has been that way. I might record with Peter in another episode. I did mention I was getting on, and he said he would hopefully be able to get on too. But I'm just gonna do this first one solo. So let's head over. Which one was broken? Is it this one? Well, they're all named Oil Corp, so it's the second from the top. What in the hell? These, like, I guess those are power lines. Okay, so it's the second one from the top. Ooh. XT Crossing. Ooh, I gotta go see this. Gepwin had mentioned something about this in the Discord, and I was looking at his channel, and I noticed an episode with my name in it, so this might be what it is. Oh, man, I got, like, a special path. Oh, this is so cool, man. It's like what we had in the SpaceX Plus. It's like a Xterm proof crossing. Oh, damn, this is so cool. Like, I know this isn't like specifically for me, but like this whole area is just cool. We got like garages and some tanks parked in here, some cars, some pink. I love the pink turrets. Oh, this is so cool. Gepwin, you're awesome, man. This should hopefully, of course, that is if I actually cross at this point. I will try to, but a lot of times I mean, if I'm not here, I'm just not obviously going to cross here and then probably die. But yeah, man, that's awesome. That should hopefully save my life. I don't think there's really any trains going through here because there's like a deadlock, obviously, which we're going to fix. And I noticed also, Crying Shame mentioned he started a smelter build. We should go take a look at that. See what the deal is there. So it looks like offsite smelting is the idea he's going with, unless somehow we plan to build the main base here, which I don't really see happening. Okay, so there's this oil. Let's see. This may be one I mess with that is just broken. Well, it's not broken per se. It's just out of oil. And there's barrels. It's just out of oil. Okay, well, that takes care of that one. These are like my train rails. Like this is like what I build when I build rails. I don't I don't know what's happening here, but it definitely looks like something I would build. All right, so I don't really want to run through the forest. Let's see if I can run through here without dying. All right, so what on earth is happening? This one is trying to go in, even though this. So here's the problem, right? And this is not me criticizing. This is me stating a point about what's happening and just explaining. So what's happening, right, is we have all these oil outposts named the same thing, which can work, I suppose. I've never actually tried having the outpost name the same thing. But the problem is, what's happening is, since they're all named the same thing, the train just decided to go to this one. Now, typically, I think it should work because the train pathing should only go to ones that are available. But for some reason, it thought this one was available, even though it wasn't actually. But it may determine that based on if there's actually a train at the station. So my guess is what's happened here, guys, is that this dude started pulling, like, this guy, like, pulled out, and then this guy, like, decided that station was clear since the train wasn't actually at the station, and they ran into each other or something. I'm not really sure how this actually managed to happen, but I'm gonna back him on up, and then this guy should be able to leave, and then we can don't hop out because I don't know which side I'm gonna eject out of. Whew. I probably would have panicked too and run straight into that train. I know you guys are probably disappointed, but I'm sorry, no train death yet. Okay, so we have this here. I like how it's kind of like in the forest too. These are all stopped, and these are stopped because I don't know. There's no barrels is why they're stopped. And there's no barrels because I'm guessing there's just no train that's coming here. You would think a train would come here. Maybe what's happening is that because I know trains also, like, I don't worry, I'm actually going to build stuff this episode, guys, but I do want to explain, because I know that when you have your drop-off stations, like in your base, if you have them all named the same, the trains are lazy, right? So they'll choose whichever one's open, but they also try to choose the closest, and actually after a point of distance, right? Even if it's open, if it's really far away, the train will decide not to use it and just wait for a closer one that's open. So having these all named the same, and I could definitely be wrong, but my initial guess would be that a train's not coming here because it's far away and it's just too far for it to want to go here. It's like checking the path, right? And it's like, well, there's an open one here, but it's like super far away. Let's just wait for an open one closer. And so there's actually not a train ever coming here, is my guess. Which can be one downside to having all your outposts named the same thing. But yeah, so at least that fixes... Oh, dear. Oh, jeez. Run! So that fixes this issue. So yeah, I had a funny comment in the first episode of the Fix It series. Well, I call it Fix It. It's not called Fix It. In the refactorizing series I did with Will that went up yesterday, someone commented, like, wondering how many times I'm gonna get hit with a train trying to demonstrate, like, signaling and stuff on a base. Definitely gonna happen. It's gonna be pretty funny. So there's Peter. Once I finish his episode, maybe he'll be up for a joint one. And we're actually being hit. I don't... Oh. Well, I think it took care of itself. I want to go look at this smelter that Cryan made, and I know we haven't actually built anything, but this is kind of an exploration, right? It's been a week since I've been on here. It's been like a week since you guys have, well, I mean, if you watch the other people, you probably have seen what's going on, but if you don't, then it's been like a week since you've seen that. I don't want them putting anything down for my inventory. Okay, so what's happening here is we have these, and then, oh dear lord. No, this is not bad. Don't get me wrong. This is not bad. The only thing is these uncapped chests again. He may not be finished. He may choose to cap them or set a condition, but I hope, I really hope that this is not left uncapped. I'm gonna have to come check on this once it's actually done, because all these things uncapped is gonna be an insane buffer that we don't need. But otherwise, I mean, this is, pretty standard. Beacons, speed beacons, prod furnaces. Not all the modules quite yet. We probably don't have enough. And what are these guys doing? What is happening? What? So iron plate is being requested in one side, and then it's just pulled back out again and stuck back in the net. So we just have an endless loop of plate. I don't get it. Are some of these supposed to be for steel? So it's like maybe like trying to smelt the reserve. None of these requests are actually set up yet, so we probably just didn't finish. But excuse me, I'm not really sure what's happening with this like endless logistics loop. I'll just leave that be. All right, so let's go down. I want to check on like modules and stuff, see if we can improve those. And Root did add one mod. The one mod we're using is the blueprint string. We now have blueprint string, so we can import blueprints. Kind of wish we had that when me and Skyrim were making the modules, although it wouldn't have been as funny with us struggling to make these disastrous builds. So, Scarhoof died. Are we out of modules? Or maybe they're just not being brought up there? Let's kick on some research too. Flamethrower, all the way. Alright. Are we low on power? Ooh. Well then. Let's go put down some power. This is insane amount of production for those. That's probably where a lot of our resources are going. Alright. What's happening here? Come on. Stick that there. We probably don't want to cover up that oil. Peter's dealing with the bugs. Let's where else can we put is it? I don't even think there's room there. And we just like covered up this iron patch, which I mean, Shred's really the one who gets annoyed with that. We have plenty of iron. It's not that big of a deal. This one was fairly close, but Shred guy. I don't. Well, I'm not going to be responsible for covering up patches, so we're just going to avoid that and do this. So they left like a one tile thing, and this is in the way, so let's just get rid of this, which will probably disconnect power to, well, I'm not really sure what. It's going to disconnect it somewhere. Can't see the wire. We'll just kind of figure out this away. So yeah, I definitely want to play more. I hope I can like actually join in with some more people now. They just I haven't been able to coordinate with anybody to record. Okay, so that's just a tree. Those can be removed. All right, so those will be marked for removal. Make sure that this connects. It does, and there we go. So there's another solar stamp. Of course, okay, so we're missing modules at the furnace. What needs doing is the real question. That's what I'm trying to figure out is what. So robots are backed up, which is fine. We have 24. I mean, we have a decent amount. The bus is backed up, which is, you know, better than it having no resources. So these are working-ish. I would imagine. So no circuits. Okay. So no circuits because no iron, and no iron because we have 10K, so not a high enough request. That's fine. Get our robots moving. We may actually need to add some more robots because when they're coming, right, when you account for distance, you need to increase your request. So the iron, I think, is still coming from over here somewhere, which is like halfway across the base. So we need to up our requests a bit to compensate for the distance. Same with this. Whoops. Or I'll just get rid of it completely. That works too. Copy, paste. Okay, so these ones are pulling off the bus, and these aren't. Okay, whatever. So solar is being, I mean, solar's backed up. Really, we should be placing a lot more solar if we're having power issues. And we're right on the verge. Me and Root's disastrous belt setup, but it seems to be working. In fact, we could actually fit. I think because this base, I think, guys, is pretty much done in terms of expanding, because we're just going to use what we make here to make a actual bigger base. So we could really, I mean, there's iron here, which we may want to keep, but oh well, it's fine. So if I get rid of this, is this going to actually break something? I don't think so. Okay, so then, I mean, this barely, it doesn't cover up much of it, right? So we can, that's a tree. Stupid tree. It's hard at this angle, right, to actually tell. I think that's right. Yeah. It's gonna fit one there. Oil, you know, we have this oil. Let's do that. That's something to do. Let's tap this oil. Because this is local, right? We can actually, wow. Still a little ways for a pipe. Are these are like, these are terrible, man. These are really bad oil wells. I'm so glad they're changing the oil in 0.15. Hallelujah. Come on, Xterm. Draw straight lines, please. So as we went over in the refactorizing episode yesterday, it's good to not create loops with your pipe. So what I was gonna like bring this down and then like connect here and stuff, but it's kind of weird. So what this does, it just kind of forces everything down one lane rather than like looping everything back on each other. Because what can happen is your oil can kind of get stuck in there, and then it never goes out, or just parts of it go out and you don't actually get all the oil because it's just like flowing around in the loop. All right. So oil is like way over there. Way over here. Wow, it's a long way to go. That's a long way to pipe, really. In fact, I would be very tempted. I am tempted. Screw it. I'm going to use robots and barrels. And having robots deliver things really, really long distance is not necessarily good, but it's better than this long pipe because the throughput is going to be abysmal at this length. And, I mean, since a barrel holds 25, so it's not like you're transporting like individual pieces of ore or something. So the robots won't be that taxed bringing it that distance. And we already have the unbarrelers and stuff set up. So what we're gonna do, gonna turn this in and bring that there. Bring this here. Bring this here. Great. This is kind of a loop, which is not really good. How about we just do like that? And then we just have this guy like barrel it, right? So he's gonna barrel up the oil. And then we just have a requester and an active, right? Because we don't want the empty barrels just like, yeah. We want an active, because these are actually going to be full barrels they're dumping into this active. And then, because I think a passive would be okay, because if we request the barrels over the oil, they're obviously going to bring it from any barrels in the network. So I think passive for this is okay. And for this, we'll just request like 25 or something. Should work. We'll probably need to extend the network down here, I would imagine. I mean, you don't really need this can just work. I mean, just fill it. Well, criticize the uncapped chest. I should not do the same thing. Let's just say like 200 or something. I don't know. At least so that it has some sort of stopping point if it ever needed it. And then you go here, you go here. Oh, that's so close. All right, bring you down. Bring you there, and there. And this guy we can just connect up, which is super nice. And we're going to need some sort of RoboPort here, which could actually just go like that. And hopefully connecting it to all this solar stuff will not be an issue. They are bringing barrels. They're going to dump there. And I think after I do this, I'm going to end this episode. I don't know how long it is, but it's probably longer than 20 minutes. And we're going to request these dudes down here somewhere. Not a huge fan of the tank, but... Oh, wow. It's like full. All right, cool. Well, let's just... I would... Using this assembler for that may mess it up because we have a restricting condition. So I thought I could put it here, right? But the problem is it's gonna like kind of backflow into here. Although of course these kind of have an internal pump, so they're pumping it through here. But I'm just gonna add it at the end here to be safe. We're gonna empty it. You're gonna go down, and then you're gonna request the heavies. And we do want an active for the empties, right? So they're forced out of this box to go, you know, wherever's requesting them or to storage. And then you're just gonna request whatever, how many of these, 25 of these, and I'm gonna go here, and I dump out, and I feel like I could actually connect this with one power pole. I can. You're bringing in barrels, which is fantastic. You're gonna empty them, and there we go. So that takes care of that oil field. I'm pretty sure I got all of it. Yeah, and there we go, guys. 21 minutes. Wow, pretty nice. So these are all working, except these. And the reason these aren't is... Actually, why aren't these working? Oh, we're backed up on petroleum. Well, that's a problem I'm willing to have. That is a good problem. It's not really even a problem. If you're backed up on petroleum, you're good to go. Because petroleum is pretty much, at this stage in the game, all you need. Unless you're making solid fuel for rocket stuff, which we aren't yet. So if we're backed up, it means all our petroleum stuff is working full blast, and we're still not needing all of it, which is a good thing. And our trains, I'm a little concerned still about our trains. Wondering if they're stuck again. Alright, that one's good. What one was that? That was this one. We have this guy's on manual. I don't know, is this like not done? Yo. Why is this on? I didn't put this on manual. It's another one waiting. Could we like turn this to no path? Well, of course there's no path. There's no locomotive on the other end. It's missing. It's missing its other head. Come on. I guess it never got finished or something. Oh man, or maybe like the other side of it got clobbered with another train. I don't know. So we checked that. I'm just, last thing for this episode, making sure we don't have another deadlock somewhere. Having to go add a thing to that. And then that's that one. Okay, so that one needs a locomotive. I don't know how it didn't have one. Maybe it just never got finished, is kind of what it looks like. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's kind of weird. But anyway, guys, that'll do it for this one. Next episode, hopefully I can be recording with Peter and anyone else who joins. I know Gepwin said he might be around, but we'll see. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. Would love to hear any thoughts you have down in the comments. If you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like. And until next time, look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.